Is the coronavirus connected to Moshiach coming?
It's obvious to anyone that everything in our time, and especially something as big as this, is a sign and is a prelude to the coming of Mashiach. However, it's important to point out something. The Gemara says, Tipach rucham shal mechashve kitzim, which means the spirit and the wind, the air of those who figure out the times of the coming of Mashiach should be blown away from them. The Rabbi explains it at length in a Sikha that there were many Rishonim who they did figure out when the proper time for the coming of Mashiach is. But the Rabbi explains these were great people who they knew the connection, they knew what they were doing, and when they figured it out, it wasn't to say that this is the time and that's it. And if perhaps we can understand the meaning of this Gemara, the interesting words the Gemara used. Tipach rucham also means the spirit and the excitement. Those who they figure out and they start looking and creating signs for the coming of Mashiach, in the end they lose their excitement. And the reason is because our belief and our trust in the coming of Mashiach comes from the prophecies of the Nevi'im, and for us, even more recently, from the fact that the Rebbe told us a nevuah, the Rebbe told us a prophecy. A prophecy is the word of Hashem that he told the Navi to give over to the Jewish people. This is a message that we were given, a divine message. And the divine message was Mashiach is coming. The fact that it took so long doesn't take away at all from the message, and the message is obviously important to us today just as it was 29 years ago. The message of the Rebbe is clear, not in his own words, but it's the word of Hashem that Hashem gave over to us in our time to realize and know that Mashiach is about to come. And as we're here now 29 years later, our belief and faith has to be just as strong as it was then, because it's the word of Hashem. And if Hashem shows us something and shakes up the entire world, there's no doubt that he's showing us that Mashiach is coming, but our belief in it shouldn't be based on not this medrash or that medrash or this sign or that sign, because then later we lose our faith. But based on the 100% faith, which now that Hashem shook up the whole world, everyone's ready and prepared to hear it even more than ever before. And we ourselves have to strengthen ourselves in it and go around and do everything in our ability to strengthen every Jew regarding this, the belief and faith that Mashiach is about to come right now.